It's his only option. It sounds like he's going to drop like a stone, but he's
half miles on this red hot surface. The sun coming, being blocked, another little record. Will Yamaha, of course, with Valentino. Race of the day. It's the one everyone is on their toes for, and on there is on the rev limiter and go, launch control, Calcut 0.6 of a mile, back straight now. Marquez weaves to one side and lines it. That's Dobby just moving through from his front row position, starting place into
pass through this section now, the next 2 or 3 corners, where some of the other classes it was
a bit at sea this week.
Petrucci's been all over, which is strange, but we always said
water of weight of perspiration in this race.
Yeah.
10 go straight across that curve, but for a moment Rossi fired it up the inside.
You know, you'd assume that you put the slow map when it starts to spin, but Oddie started and he's been not out of shape. The bike looks like it turns well. I mean, the exact
laps, 73.5 miles around here. This 2.8 first ever Grand Prix of Thailand has been a cracker all the way through. Great steam. Look at Rossi, look at him building there.
Bike turns through that S section, just definitely better than the Honda.
Got to watch out for the grid perhaps, but we'll see if he can keep that momentum. The remarkable lap, the fastest lap of the weekend so far, it's got to be said.
I know it's really early in the race. He's down in 11th place at the moment, but I'm going to
significantly. Danny Pedrosa was on top in testing, and that Ty Wolfenden, absolute congratulations from everybody here at track.
Like Nakagami, one of them is Nakagami, I think.
Looked like an LCR. We'll wait to see. That's a bit of a shame, but that turn 12 is the nemesis of so many. If you're a rider, but great from a spectator point of view. And there is Danny Pedrosa, 6 as well, and then in fact Petrucci tested that fork leg aerofoil that we've been seeing. Wondering when you're going to have them on your arms, on the leathers. That'll be a time soon as well.
You know, I don't know, see what happens. It was wide through that section. I don't know.
Let's have a look when he gets out of turn. It still looks to have the pace down the back straight, didn't it?
Well, yeah, I'm going to say there was nothing in that then.
No. Previously, of Cal Crutchlow, leaning on the scenery. Waiting to see who he's going to put
Espargaro and Alvaro Bautista
in his 100th. Though made me laugh earlier when I saw the Marc Marquez stand, a sea of red. Could easily have been fanboy. That's Vinales. Box, we're listening to Marquez. We're on board.
Well, to put it in some sort of perspective,
Valentino was as happy to go in front as he is, but they're using the goat as the rabbit. The 32s. I mean, they're right in the 32s, and I think they're going to be lower 31s once we
31s, low 32s. The fact that they've started off doing low 32s. The attention,
slings it back up, slides it sideways with a wheel tuck.
He must have been off the track on every corner at some point.
Still only 25.
And he's in his 5th. Is it his 5th season or 6th?
Worst ever period in the premier class of motorcycle is the Professor. He has not had a wheel out of line. And he break the duck. Yamaha's worst ever period in coming to his shoulder is the Professor. He has not, pushes it to the limit, but never ever beyond. He knows that bike. What has Dovizioso got?
It's the setting that he runs on that a long time ago now. It was stiff then, low, long, like up onto the centre.
But the centre's the bit that's been tearing out of him.
Been the issue.
So manages well on tyres. If you remember the management we've had from him previously, with Cal Crutchlow here.
Well, the good news for Cal is he owns the limited. Look at that. That demonstrates how Aleix Espargaro's soft.
Relatively speaking, Dobby's leading them all off at the moment from Marquez and Valentino Rossi. A moment ago. Jorge is watching this.
Yeah, so just in a
32.4.
He led the whole lap at 32.
I did say slow bicycle race, and that's what we've got at the moment. 13 till now. Until the bike's cut here, it's right on the map. The Suzuki goes underneath Zarco then to pinch that. Made it sit and pump that Yamaha. We'll talk with Colin Edwards about that after this.
Doesn't know.
Yeah,
Lynn Jarvis doesn't know, then I don't feel quite as guilty for not having the answer.
Time sneaking through is the 26 of Danny Pedrosa. He comes through with Alex Rin.
The group, he'd been dropped by the group and he's now trying to get onto the back of them.
Tell you what, so track temperature, I bet we're down to just above 50 now. Looking at Marc Marquez chasing, I use it inverted commas when I say
pit lane.
France.
Yeah, a little bit slightly slow at the apex, but the
spin so much, this is as much as we can work out. Well, I had a long conversation with Colin. Wheel is spinning more than your front wheel by a certain factor, then that will bang in as well. So little grip after he'd used it in free practice that we'd
never seen it. But there was about 10 of us.
must be sure. If your rear wheel is spinning more than your front wheel by a certain factor, then that
Because we'd never seen it. But there was about 10 of us discussing it, and none of us had.
And it just sat on whatever the
Talking about is won at least one Grand Prix, one MOTOGP.
Definitely can't see it. I think the only reason this lot are as close together as they are at the moment. That time around, 31.9 for Marquez, 31.9 for Rossi, line astern.
Surprisingly, Aleix Espargaro just said his fastest soft was going to be destroyed after 10. That's what I was.
I think if they were at proper
second faster,
yeah.
Aleix, that's his limit.
I think he has just increased his pace slightly. That looked to me like he looked a bit more meaningful now. He's the mapping and he gets on with it. Let's have a look. Over the line,
yep,
31.5. It was. I thought went with him was Marquez. Now it's about Rossi keeping up and Crutchlow. There's a bit of gap between.
A little bit of a jump, so he's pulled the pin. Well, it's
inside of Rins perhaps. Yeah, that's all getting a little tight. And it's Cal Crutchlow being dropped back to Vinales a little bit.
I was just about to say it's a story.
Looking at Cal Crutchlow now. Oh, that was good drive out to Crutchlow. Goes past him on the outside. Vinales, well, that goes just quick enough. Dovi then leads. The last lap was 31.5. Pedrosa on the move, so Pedrosa in 5th place now. Nakagami still rolling around here. Shakes him into a straight line. I love it when it picks up the and Rins has gone through now and taken that place away for 31.6. So Vinales,
motorcycle, which puts less
stress through the
tyres, which less.
Spotted him after the week before coming through. Came from the room there to slide off. He's perfectly okay, but really that fast turn 4, set yourself up for 5. Lots and lots of. Look at Danny.
Yeah.
Felt he'd got it, but he hadn't. As it's
I'm convinced they're not. They're doing 32s because that's all they can do.
The GP said.
Jorge
Lorenzo.
Marquez is passing in turn 1 at the last race. If he did my track walk on Thursday and saw that last corner, I started to rub my.
It was brilliant. You look like you're rejoiced for that, but it was quite interesting how much you missed it by. Not the pace to catch Rossi, but we'll see. As we have been a great Grand Prix, it may go down as the best Grand Prix of the year. Everywhere, doesn't he? He looks like he's able to do, by Marquez's standards is what I mean. So with Mark all over him, is he going to try it again here? Doesn't look like he cuts to the outside this time.
Marquez is now looking like he needs to get in, like he's not going to wait, he's not going to do.
We've seen so many people down there today, I won't mention towards the braking area. Oh, Dovi, anything you can do, mate. Thai Grand Prix. Here comes Maverick looking at the inside. This is the last corner.
That's what I was talking about. That's what happened last year on so many occasions.
So over all the other classes, with no disrespect to anyone else, they can pull those.
Well, you know, we know Mark's going to give it a go.
He's going to. It's just a case of nightmare for riders. It's fantastic for spectators.
The only way
the Ducati looked like it was spinning. So, the same kind. The last lap then. Dovizioso will lead over the line for the penultimate lap. So got turn 1, brilliant. That gives him a great launch with all the horsepower. The Ducati closes him down. Won't be good enough. Once again, we get on a straight. Dump the 3rd place man just by pulling the pin on the last lap into turn 5. The final corner is going to be the barnstorming turnout in BURIRAM. Then it's the launch down to the last braking area. Marc Marquez leads. Surely Marc Marquez drive to the line. Marquez wins in a well thought fourth, and Johan Zarco in 5th place. Rins and Crutchlow.
Hairpin on the last lap. Dovi went for the inside. Of course he had to try.